Well, good morning, my friend. Welcome to the Pastor's Podcast Monday morning, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. We've had a very busy week here at Maranatha Baptist Church. Of course, you know I've said this a few times that we had our vacation Bible school. Yesterday was just a tremendous day. Yesterday morning, filled house in the auditorium and just people saved, baptized. And then last night was the graduation service and one of those great services on a nighttime, well over 400 in attendance on a Sunday night service, people being saved and baptized again last night. And I'm always excited about God working both in the morning and an evening service. God was good to us this week, and I appreciate your prayers. And I also appreciate all those from Maranatha Baptist Church who work so hard. Man, these are the best. I was out praying this morning. I was thinking to myself, these are the greatest people in all the world. And I get to pastor them. And I thank God 1,000 times over. These are hardworking people. And I appreciate their hard work and all that they did this week so that souls could be saved. To me, that is the greatest thing in all the world. Well, today, I want to talk to you about divers you will deal with. In Acts chapter 19 and verse 9, the scripture says, "But when divers were hardened and believed not, but spake evil of that way before the multitude, he departed from them and separated their disciples, disputing daily in the school of one Tyrannus." As you serve the Lord, my friend, you're going to find that everyone is not going to agree with you. I've been serving the Lord for, I've been saved for 5 decades now. But over 4 decades serving the Lord. Since a teenage young man, I've been serving him. And I've learned this, that some people will hear for a moment and then leave for different reasons. God said this would happen. He said there were divers from whom you will have to separate. The word divers means several. God shows us 3 types of people that you're going to have to deal with in your Christian walk. The first type are those who are hardened about the way of Christ. These people are desensitized to Christ's way because they are more in tune with the world. The way of Christ does not move the hardened person. It does not matter if Christ himself preached to these people. Those who are hardened are not going to respond. It doesn't matter what you do. Now, you can get frustrated with these who are hardened, but you've got to understand that only God can deal with them. The second type of person you're going to deal with are those who believed not. In other words, they heard truth, but they didn't believe it and kept their own false way. Now, you have to understand that these people have heard the same thing that you've heard and are among you, but they didn't let their faith grow. Instead, they let their unbelief squelch the ability of faith to do a great work in their lives. Now, the third type of person you're going to have to deal with are those who spake evil of that way. Again, these are among us. But they left and then spake evil of the way that we serve God. Now, these look like us when they came to us. At one time they seem like us, but now they criticize and they mock and they viciously speak evil of the way that we serve God, of our church. Now, there's another group that you're going to deal with that's not addressed in this verse. And the other group is not hardened. They believe in the old paths, and they speak good of that way. Now, this is the group you should desire and the group to whom you should give your attention. It's easy to stay so focused on the other 3 groups that you don't give the proper attention to the group doing the right thing. Now, you've got to be careful that you don't get so focused on trying to change those who don't believe like you that you don't train those who are like you. Now, there's 3 things you must do to avoid being influenced by the 3 negative groups. First, don't have to have the approval of peers. Do not live your life being concerned with what everybody else thinks about you. Being concerned what your peers think of you is one of Satan's greatest tools to draw believers away from the truth. Now, you never must be concerned with what the peers think of you, but be concerned with doing right. Second, don't let unbelief affect your belief. Just because others don't believe does not mean that you should not stop believing. Unbelief is contagious, and it affects your faith in God if you spend time with those who do not believe. Third, don't let evil speakers shame you into changing the way. The answer to not letting these three groups affect your thinking is to depart from them. Separation keeps you away from allowing the evil speakers to draw you away from the truth. Always remember that you won't change these evil speakers. They're going to change you. When they leave your church, and I know that some people have a problem with this, but when someone leaves your church, you need to stop running with them. They're the ones who left, not you. You're still in church. You're still doing right. We said, preacher, they're my friend. I understand, but they left. And God says there's times we have to separate. And when they leave, especially when they say, I don't believe what you guys are doing, you've got to separate from them. You say, why? Because they're going to affect you. There are many people. I've been in this thing for a long time. I've watched people come and go since I've been pastor. I've watched people come and go. They come in with all the hype and boy, I'm good. I'm going to do all this and I'm going to, and you even help them. And then they leave you because why? They were never you. They say they were at the beginning because they're hoping you give them position, but then they leave. Now I'm saying because they left, the fact that they left tells you one thing: they're not you. So you just need to stick with those who you are around. Just doesn't mean be unfriendly to them. Doesn't mean to be mean to them. Doesn't mean to even talk bad about them. Maybe one day they'll come back, and I hope they do. But can I say this? In the meantime, you just be friendly from a distance. And you stay faithful to those who are in your church. And say, I'm going to let these who are standing with us. Okay, let me illustrate. It'd be like somebody, you're in a war, and somebody leaves your side of the war to go to the other side. You're not going to go have a bite to eat with them. Why? You're at war. They've become your enemy. Now, I'm not saying these who left have become our enemy, but they left us. And when I say they leave, you got to say, you know what? You're the one who left. Our friendship was kindled here. And this is where I plan on staying. So because you left, you're the one who pushed us away. Because this is my church. This is what I believe. This is what we're doing. And when these leave, let them go their way. Time will tell. You mark my word. Every one of these people who leave, time's going to tell with their life. They will begin to go downhill, and they will not be what they once used to be. You know why? Because they were never of us. My friend, let's be careful. Divers were among you. These different people are among you. And they're going to come. They're going to get in. They're going to get their fingers ingrained in your heart. But then they leave. Don't you let them pull you away. Let me tell you something. There are some who have left that are snakes in the grass because they seem so kind, and yet they're trying to pull you into a heathen church that doesn't even believe like what you believe. Watch out for them, because these people will hurt you and your church. You keep doing what's right. Stay close to your church. Stay close to what you believe. And you'll say, you know what? Thank God I'm in a place that I'm serving God, and they won't change you if you do what is right. Well, my friend, I hope this is a great help to you today. Now, let's remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having a tough time. Have a great day, my friend.